So I've just come out of Blink twice, and um, do you know what? My first point is I used to think Channing Tatum was like the sort of really wooden, like he's kind of like the hunky drama school guy who, like, you know, is just thrown into performances and just sort of smirks and smoulders his way through anything. But he's actually really, really good in Blink Twice. Oh my God! At the end, like all towards the end, he does this thing where he's shouting "I'm sorry" over and over again. Like he's like, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry," and it goes on for so long. I thought it was like an outtake or something. Like so, he is fantastic in this. The storyline, the plot itself, is it's kind of like Get Out meets sort of Stepford Wives meets something else where women are controlled or sort of drugged up, and it's strange because it borders on like funny, but there's some real horrific stuff in it. So towards the end is when all the gruesome shit comes out, and it's I don't know. I'm a bit half and half on this. It's really strange, but it's sinister. It's got a decent twist right at the end, trying not to ruin it. But overall, it's just like a bunch of women who are taken to a resort, and things are done to them, but they're retconned basically, so they don't remember any of it. And then one of them does start remembering stuff, and then the shit hits the fan. So it's a bit sort of, like I say, Get Out meets Stepford Wives meets any other poisoning sort of thing where the person gets their revenge in the end. But otherwise, it's bit shit, bit good. I don't know. There was a bit. I actually caught myself. I caught myself at one stage, sort of like, I was like, oh my God, because my head was cocked to the side, and I was like, I couldn't even reach for my drink. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, what am I watching? What is happening on the screen in front of me? So yeah, when you realise your mouth's hanging open. So 10 out of 10 for that. It's sinister stuff. But like I say, Channing Tatum, he's really stepped up. I used to think he was just like quite, just really, well, kind of dull and really wooden, only placed in certain films to be the eye candy. Magic Mike, obviously, but you know, other ones around it. I mean, Blink Twice, written by Zoe Kravitz. I mean, it's all right, yeah, but it's, I don't know. Love it or leave it. I wouldn't pay money for it, basically. And the woman, that's it. It was Gina Davis, I think. So the older woman, who's like Channing Tatum's character's PA or something. I was looking at her and I was like, is that Ace from Doctor Who? I thought the woman I'm doing great with names, aren't I? But the woman who plays Ace in Doctor Who episodes, I was like, that's not her, and it wasn't her. Amazing that's my only takeaway, isn't it? But as far as twisted concepts that fill an hour and a half go, I would give it a go. I mean, let's face it, this is vastly different to the shit we had recently. You know, like with Wolverine running around and Marvel flicks and all that rubbish. Although Deadpool was fantastic. What can I say? It's just don't pay for it, but yeah, give it a go. That's it, really. The humour. There really were parts of Blink Twice that it was unnecessary humour that was thrown in, because it's sort of half. I checked it out on Google before I went to see it, and it said harrowing, funny. And horror or something, and I was like, harrowing and funny, and there are bits in it, oh my God, it's not for, I mean, it comes up at the beginning, before the film started, it came up with a trigger warning, because of like the sexual violence and stuff. I mean, it's not, it's horrible in some bits, but oh my God, it's rough, but right towards the end, where the girls, some fantastic score, like a soundtrack, the music that's playing right at the end, where a couple of the characters are like marching towards. Is that a member of staff? Sorry, I think a member of staff just walked past. I got spoken to earlier about doing this in the foyer. I'll explain it in a different clip. Anyway, so I was going to say, yeah, the sound score when the characters are like walking towards, it's really contradictory. They're in beautiful dresses that are blood spattered, like carrying knives and shit. So it does perk up towards the end. Think Assassination Nation from like 5 or 6 years ago, where the girls are sort of strutting with their massive guns towards the boys. That's what you're dealing with at the end. Yeah, sadly, it's only really the end where it picks up. This whole film is proper cringe. It really is, like the way they're all having so much fun and giggling and laughing, and then it takes a dark turn. There's an advert come up that just there on the screen for The Substance, the new Demi Moore film. I have a feeling that is going to be a lot like this. There's a few films that are coming out recently that are like, there's just really twisted concepts, like I say, sort of Stepford, Get Out of Stepford vibes. Yeah, I mean, don't pay for Blink Twice. It's not worth money. It's not worth over £3.50. But yeah, I mean, as far as twisted, dark concepts go, it does its thing. But yeah, the trigger warning about the sexual stuff and the aggression and stuff. That's yeah, it's kind of raw at some points, so you want to mind out for that. But otherwise, Channing Tatum, he's stepped up. He's really stepped up. I liked him in this. In fact, I loved him in this.